Hello, everyone. Happy Friday. Welcome to our live stream. For those of you joining in live, I want you to light up our chat. Go ahead and say hi and where you are from in the chat box so we can see your beautiful faces come up on the screen. I am super excited to host this live workshop today. We are going to be celebrating your success for our Instagram Bootcamp challengers. We are going to be talking through how to tie everything together with the strategies that we learned this week. And we're going to celebrate our winners, our challenge winners. Plus, I'm going to give you an invitation to join us in the Savvy Social School and continue our learning. Go ahead and say hi in the chat and where you are from. My name's Arya Jones. I am a social media strategist. Hello. I love geeking out about social media and all things digital marketing. And I live in sunny Niagara Falls, Canada. We are having a beautiful, gorgeous summer right now. I'm loving it. It is lovely. I see Kristen here. Good morning. Shweta, good morning. Good morning. Barb. Hey, Barb. Sam, Melinda from New York. Where in New York are you from, Melinda? Let me know. I am very close to Buffalo, New York. For those of you who are joining in and you haven't had a chance to join our challenge yet, you still can join. You won't be eligible for the prizes, but you can grab the rest of those videos at onlinedrea.com/bootcamp. I'm putting that link in the chat now. onlinedrea.com/bootcamp gets you access to all of the workshop videos, and we will be keeping those live until August 19th. So for those of you who join the challenge for free, you will get access to all of those videos until August 19th, and then they will only be available to our members in the Savvy Social School only, okay? So only available for members only in the school. Hey, Carrie. Hey, Sam. Yeah, in the UK. I actually heard y'all had a heat wave recently. Were you there too for that? Leanne from Manila. I see my team here. Raven from Chattanooga, Tennessee. Hello. Thank y'all for lighting up this chat. We're going to keep the chat going throughout this live session. You're free to ask questions at any time and just keep the communication going. Now, for those of you who are joining in with us, I am actually multi live streaming right now on Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn and Twitter. And I do that using a tool called Restream, who is the sponsor for today's live stream. Restream allows you to live stream to over 30 different destinations. And it is the magical tool that I use to be all of the places at once. So if you're interested in trying Restream out for yourself, you can use my link onlinedrea.com/restream and you get a free month to try it out. And if you want to learn more about live streaming, my approach to live streaming, how I show up, I also have a free live stream guide, which you can get at onlinedrea.com/livestream. And it walks you through the entire process from start to finish of hosting your own live stream. You also get access to Restream in that guide. Hey, Alex from the Pacific Northwest. Sam, having your second heat wave. Poor little cat's melting in the office. Hey, Diody from South Africa. Melinda, Restream. That's how I am able to be all of the places at once. You can sign up for yourself at onlinedrea.com/restream. Use my link. I get credit and you get a free month. So it's a win-win situation. So cool. Yes, very, very cool. So today we're going to be diving into the Instagram workshop. So I'm going to share my screen for that. And y'all, I love Instagram right now. Honestly, when we think about the power of Instagram, there's so many things happening on the platform. Yes, it's a lot. I understand that. It's a lot. But also, Instagram is doing a lot to try to make their platform better. And they're actually listening to their users right now. And they're actually trying to create a better experience for all of us. So while the changes are driving us bonkers. They also are really taking a moment to listen to their users and create a better platform. So, in this workshop, I'm going to talk to you how you can use Instagram to build more brand awareness, to get some warm leads and get people into your audience, and to really establish your authority and continue the lessons that we learned this week in our boot camp. Now, if life got busy and Instagram got pushed to the background, just a last reminder that these videos will be available until August 19th. Even if you're joining in today, you can binge watch them, okay, till August 19th. Then they'll be locked in the vault and only be available to our Savvy Social School members. Now, I saw so many amazing wins throughout this challenge. Mars, when they did their last test here, Mars went from an 8 to an 11 in the assessment. So, really pleased about that. Thank you, Mars, for joining us in this challenge. I loved seeing your growth. We have Mildred here who updated the bio so that it's super crystal clear. Mildred is an online vocal coach for women singers with power and passion and ease. I love that, Mildred. I love the changes that you're seeing here. And Maria, most professional looking post I've ever made. Loved the before and after strategy. Congratulations, Maria. And then Alex, seeing where you can move up and stuff that you can work on as well and building those habits. And Alex, today we're actually going to talk about how to do this more consistently, how to get in the groove of scheduling, how to get into the groove of networking so that you actually enjoy it, and so that it doesn't feel super taxing. Now, we do have a question here from Melinda. Melinda is saying, will this workshop be available later? Yes, Melinda. You can always access the workshop here wherever you're watching. It looks like you're on YouTube. It'll be here on YouTube, as well as it'll be locked in the vault in the Savvy Social School. So it'll be live until August 19th on all of the platforms, and then it'll be locked in the vault in the Savvy Social School where our members will have lifetime access. Now, let's talk about some of the common roadblocks. Y'all know in this challenge, I talked a lot about mindset because there's a lot of roadblocks that we bump up against as business owners. We feel overwhelmed with the options. Should we post in the feed? Should it be a story? Should it be a reel? We sometimes feel dread because of those Instagram pings and notifications. It can be a lot when you see that happening in your feed. Sometimes we don't feel inspired to post. We, open up the Instagram app. We're staring at the blank page going, I don't even know what to say right now. Has anyone felt that way? Type yes in the chat if you resonate with any of these so that we feel like we're not alone here. Sometimes we don't feel like we know what to post and where to post it. And we feel, oh, my face is covering that one. And we feel like we're on this continuous hamster wheel of creating content, the content machine. Type yes in the chat if you resonate with any of these. We're on the content machine. Let me see if I can move my face. We're on the content machine. We're not feeling like we have a handle of all these options. We're not sure what to post. We don't feel inspired to post. Instagram gives us those fake notification that really is there just to get us back on the app again. And so we feel frustrated with that. Yeah, look at the yeses in the chat. We are not alone on this. And so today we're going to talk about strategy. We're going to talk about mindset. I'm going to give you some really powerful tools that you can take with you and use on Instagram. And like I said, strategy is the thread that holds everything together when we think about Instagram. You can think about tactics all day long. Should we post a story? Should it be a reel? But in reality, you need to identify your strategy first, then you can move on to tactics. And I love that Sam says, even with the cat's Instagram account, we feel all of the things. Yes, we feel all of the things. And if Gibson so chooses, he may grace us with our presence today. He has an Instagram as well, though I haven't been updating it as much as I should. All right, so let's talk about building out a content strategy. And we're going to build out a strategy together using our 5 pillars of social media content that we teach inside of the Savvy Social School. So the first pillar of content is your promotional content. Promotional content is that type of content that you use to promote your offers, to ask your audience of something, okay? And when we think about that big ask from our audience, we're sometimes not asking them to buy something. We can be asking them to read a blog post. We can be asking them to listen to a podcast. We can be asking them to do something, send us a direct message. All of those things are promotional. And you'll notice this is only one of 5 types of content. And generally speaking, when we start creating our content strategy, we have a promotional post out of 1 in every 5 posts. So we're not asking all the time. We're giving, then asking. Okay. That's promotional content. The second type of content is educational content. And educational content positions you as an authority in your space. You as an authority in your space. So I'll pick on Alex because I remember that, as a member of the school, he has a web design agency. I know that about him. Alex, I hope this is okay. But Alex, when you're positioning yourself as an expert in your brand, in your space, you're going to talk about web design and web development from your expertise. I don't know a lot about it. So if I'm looking at your account, some of the things that may feel like common sense to you are super educational to someone like me who's not a web design and a web developer. Okay. So when you're posting on social media, Alex is speaking from that place of authority. Okay, that place of authority. Next up, we have our community content. So community content is a little bit different from educational in the sense that it's not about you and your business. It is about the larger community. So when we think about community content, we're sharing things like news articles. We're talking about updates in the industry. We're sharing common tools and tips. We're basically showcasing that there's a larger community at play here. So Alex, for instance, is located in the Pacific Northwest. So Alex is probably going to talk about the challenges of starting a business in the Pacific Northwest. Right? He's going to be talking about how to cultivate a community within his community in that location. Or he may be talking about, maybe WordPress is updating something again, or, maybe there's a new hosting platform that he wants to talk about. Listen, I know that's about as much as I know about web development, but we're going to talk about that in the communal sense and sharing that information from a community perspective. I love seeing the chat, y'all. Blushing Magnolias from North Carolina. Love that. Welcome. Melinda, a little hiatus with Instagram. That's okay. Welcome. Come on back. We're happy to see you here. All right, next pillar of content is our entertainment pillar. And when we think about entertaining content as a business, there's 2 different ways you can approach this. One, you can give the behind the scenes reality TV version of your business. So for me, I like to talk about my office space. I like to talk about people who know nothing are the reason me and Alex have a job. Yes, Sam. Yes, thank you. They're there. Anyway, so for entertaining content, talking about the office space, I like to bring Gibson into it. I like to use him as like a little bit of a joke because he's kind of funny, grumpy old face. You can use anything in your space to give that reality TV show version of what you do, your morning routine, what it looks like when you work. But entertainment content can also be jokes and memes and funny things. When we look around on the internet, we don't sign up to social media accounts hoping to get advertised to. We usually sign up to be entertained or educated. And so this is where that comes from, is that education piece. And this works on other platforms as well, not just Instagram. If you're on platforms like LinkedIn, we're seeing like this comedic relief is working really well for that platform. All right. So last pillar of content is engaging content. When we think about engaging content, we want to draw our audience into a conversation. We want to bring them along for the ride. We're not talking at them. we're talking with them, we're having a conversation. So asking a question is a really great way to do this. You all saw this week in the challenge by asking a yes or no question. This really draws your audience into that conversation. I also really love polls. So A, B, C, D, which one are you? Because it really helps your audience either self-select an option or comment with, I'm none of these, which I love. I love setting up polls, hoping that people will say, you know what, I'm none of these, I'm this other option over here, because it really draws in that conversation. All right, I'm gonna get some water. Okay, so these are the 5 pillars of content. And as you're looking at this, you may be thinking, this is a lot, Andrea. Do I have to post all of these all the time every week? And the answer is no. I want you to start somewhere with one of these pillars or 2 of these pillars, and you can work your way up. And typically, I want you to think about this as a time limit instead of an output limit. So I don't want you to think I have to post 5 times a week. I want you to think I'm going to spend an hour a week on this. Okay. I'm going to spend an hour a week on this. I don't want you to think I have to do all of this right now. And near the end of today's session, I'm going to walk you through exactly how this looks with our little characters so you can get a chance to see that. But can we do this? Can we focus on an hour a week? Type yes in the chat if this is something that you can commit to. As you go through this, also know that you're learning a new skill and you're developing a skill. So I used this example last time I ran this challenge. Right before the challenge, I got some roller skates, and y'all, I was baby giraffing out there in those roller skates. My neighbors probably think this woman is wild. Out here as a grown woman trying to roller skate. But y'all, I was committed to learning it, even though I felt a little silly, because practice makes perfect, or practice helps you improve. And so the commitment to the hour a week is not about putting 5 or 7 posts out a week. It's about practicing the skill of marketing your business online. Okay, it's about practicing. And I love seeing the yes, absolutely's in the chat. Y'all can do this. I believe in you. All right, so that's the first piece of our strategy, which is building out the content. The second piece of the strategy is actually connecting to people, okay? Connecting to people. And I want you to connect with people consistently. We did this in the challenge. On one of the days in the challenge, we had an opportunity to find our people and connect with them. So I want to remind you that this is an ongoing practice. This wasn't just a one-day thing. And I want to also remind you that you're a human connecting with other humans. So as you do this, I think it was Alex mentioned, it's a little bit draining. If you find it draining, find a way to commit to this yourself without it being draining. Okay, and typically this means the time limit. So how much time should we spend on all of this? I only recommend 10 to 15 minutes per day. Can we do this one? 10 to 50 minutes, 10, 15, 20 minutes a day. If you commit to this, especially those introverts out there like myself, I get very drained by other people's energy. And so I just spend my time connecting and networking on social media. I have all my notifications turned off always. And I log in, I do my thing, and then I log out. And then I save it for the next day. And this helps me connect on Instagram in a way that allows me to show up as myself fully and authentically without getting drained. I love Justine says, yeah, we can do this. So we're setting aside this time to really go deep with our audience. And you can do more than this. Those extroverts in the audience, y'all probably can do a bit more than I can. This is what I can commit to, and this is how I've built my business. And it's not about the number of followers, it's about that connection. So I want to talk a little bit about kind of measuring the success along the way. Measuring the success. How do we know that this Instagram strategy is working for us? And when we think about success, I want you to look at these 5 different metrics, 5 different types of metrics you can track as you measure your success. And the first metric is community growth. This is followers. This is easy. Yes, we can look at this as one indicator of success, but this is the bare minimum. And if you go to my Instagram right now, I think I have just over 8,000 Instagram followers. Not a lot in the grand scheme of things, but I'm able to run a very successful business with 8,000 followers because it's not about the followers. I'll say that again. It ain't about the followers. It is about genuine connection with your audience and with the people who will help you build your business. For instance, we have about 20 clients. I have 14 team members. We have just over 200 students in the school. I'm sure you can do the math about the level of success this business has with 8,000 Instagram followers. So it's not about having, tens of thousands of Instagram followers. That shouldn't be the goal. Here are some other things to look at. Impact. So, impact are things like reach and impression. So, I challenge you to go into your Instagram analytics right now and look at reach and impressions. And you'll probably see spikes from this past week based on what you've done in this bootcamp. Reach and impressions tell you how many people you've impacted with your account. And this is super important. I'll give you an example. One of our clients works in sexuality and in that industry. And a lot of folks don't typically comment or like on the photos because maybe they don't want to publicly be seen kind of interacting with those accounts, but they'll save those posts and we see that in the reach and impression. So there's a lot of impact there. Next up, we have engagement. When we think about engagement, this is likes, this is comments, but also shares and saves. And Instagram actually weighs shares and saves very highly. So when you're looking in your analytics, I challenge you to look at this metric as well. We also have intent. So as you're building out your post and you're saying, hey, go click that link in the bio, I want you to take a look. Are people actually going to your profile? Are they clicking the link in the bio? If they're not, you need to analyze that post. If they are, that's a good indicator of intent. So doesn't necessarily mean they signed up for your offer, they listened to your podcast, they, clicked over to your website, but they did follow the steps that you asked them to. So there was an intent there. And then we look at conversions. This is looking at, how many people visited your website, how many people signed up for your webinar, how many people are listening to your podcast. So when you're measuring this, you want to take a look at this. And yes, Binksy Sweets and Eats says they just look at pretty pictures. Yeah, sometimes that happens. When we have our folks on Instagram who just look at pretty pictures, you're looking at impact there. So yes, you're reaching a lot of people. You're getting a lot of impressions, but they may not be the right people if they're not following your call to actions, if they're not taking a look at your profile, if they're not visiting your website, they're probably not the right people. So we want to take a look at that outreach strategy and make sure we're connecting with the right people. I also want you to note this. The metrics that you track should match the intent of the content. I'll say that again. The metrics you should track should match the intent of the content. So for instance, if I'm having a promotional post that says, go listen to my podcast, sign up for my webinar, I'm not expecting likes and comments on that post. I should be looking at, did people visit the link in my bio? Are they signing up for the webinar? You really only can expect people to take one action on your posts. And the one action we want on a promotional post is for them to go do what we're asking them to do. Now, if you have an engagement post that asks a question, are you this or that? Do you feel this way? Yes, now we're looking at likes and comments. So think about that as you're going through and creating your content. All right, let's tie this all together in a beautiful system. This is our Instagram system. And the reason that we want to put this in the system is because your success is predicated on your intention plus your micro habit. So you have to have an intentional system and then build habits around it so that you can continue going. A lot of you are here because Instagram doesn't come naturally to you. And I feel you on that. Honestly, Instagram feels like a whole nother language sometimes. You log on and you don't really know where to look or where to go. And the best way to be consistent with platforms like Instagram is to build a habit around it so that you cannot fail. Okay. So let's build out our systems. We have 3 different systems we're going to talk about today: our content creation space, our implementation reminders, and our monthly metric recording method. Okay. So creation, implementation, and metric. So with your creation habit, you want to choose a day and time to focus on your social media content. At the Savvy Social School, we recommend Fridays. Today is a Friday. Let's look ahead at next week and start building out that content. Even carve out a time for yourself. Let's say it's 2:00 every Friday. Put it in your calendar, set that date with yourself, and don't miss it. Yeah, there we go. Set a date with yourself so that you commit to that habit. And then notice that you build trust with yourself over time. It's not about the output of number of posts at this point in your Instagram journey. It's about building that commitment, that trust with yourself. And then you'll observe over time, you're actually improving at this Instagram marketing thing. You're actually getting better at it. And that confidence will show up in your posts, but you've got to commit to it. Some tools that I use for success: I like to use Asana for task management. I use my Google Calendar, literally blocking off times in my calendar, and then I set a timer for myself. This is what we do within our agency as well. This is how I know the 1 hour a week works, especially for those of you who are budding entrepreneurs and new to the social media game, because we've been timing ourselves within our business for 5 years. So we know that this works. Okay. So content creation habit, check. Let's move on to daily check-in habits. These are your implementation habits. So again, we're going to set aside 10, 15, 20 minutes a day to review our social media, respond to those comments and messages. We're going to spend some time outreaching, building some new connections, and networking on social media. And again, we're going to use our tools for success. Again, I like to use Asana. I have a daily reminder for this because I don't have notifications turned on to remind me. So I have to have a daily reminder to do this. And then use Google Calendar and a timer to keep up. Then we have our monthly metrics habit. So monthly metrics, set aside 30 minutes each month to review the previous month. If we don't do this, we won't know how we're successful. And we want to make sure that we're focused on the metrics that bring the most impact to our business. So I listed 5 different metrics today. Pick 2 or 3 to track so that you know that those metrics have the most impact on your business based on your goals. And then some tools for success: I like to use Asana, a Google Calendar, and a spreadsheet. Doesn't have to be any more complicated than that. In the Savvy Social School, we do provide more resources for you. So those of you within the school, we'll be talking about that in our upcoming workshop. All right, let's go back to our characters and take a look how they're putting this all together. Y'all remember Kenisha? Kenisha has a therapy practice. She's really focused on her leaders, and she's going to manage and build their dream team. She's going to help them do that. So Kenisha is going to sit down with her monthly or her weekly calendar. She's going to make sure she has her daily check-ins, and every month she's going to look at her metrics. Is she connecting with the right leaders? Is she starting enough conversations with them? We also have Arya. Arya, remember, builds out website templates for beauty brands, and she's really helping them create that digital home that they're proud of. So Arya is sitting down, writing her posts directly to those beauty brands. She's measuring success by, are people actually purchasing her website templates? It doesn't matter how many followers she has. It matters how many things and items that she's selling. And lastly, we have Darius. Darius has his virtual assistant services specifically for dentist offices. So when he sits down to craft his posts, he's focused on dentists and how he can help them free up time. And I'm actually going to walk you through what Darius's content calendar could look like. For those of you in the challenge, can y'all see? hold on, live folks, you can see my iPad on the screen. It should say your daily content outline. And for those of you in the challenge, we actually provided this for you for free. I'm going to put the link in the chat. It is in the bootcamp. If you click the link and it pops up and says, hey, you need to log in, just make sure you log in, or if not, sign up for the bootcamp and you'll get access to this for free. We can see this, right? Yes? I can see it. I want to make sure y'all can see it too. And I'm going to get my iPad over here and we're going to walk through Darius's content calendar. Yes, y'all must be able to see this. Let me turn this sideways. Okay. Here we go. I'm going to just assume. Nobody said yes, so I'm just going to assume y'all can see this. So this is Darius. Oops. And, oh, yes, already downloaded it. Perfect. Okay. So this is Darius, and we're going to do Darius for August 22nd. Okay. So I'm going to walk through Darius, but the goal here is you can do this for yourself. You can use this sheet. You can use whatever tool you'd like to use, and we're going to walk through his pillars. Now, Darius has decided he's not working weekends. So already we're going to cross out weekends. I'm like Darius. I don't like to work on the weekends. I'm not doing this. You set it up how it works for you, your business. So we're not doing Saturday, Sunday. We're just going to focus on the 5 days a week. So on Monday, his pillar is going to be promotional. So he's going to promote something. And he decided he's going to do podcast episode number 45. And so that's his latest podcast episode. So that's what he's going to promote for that day. So he's going to take the first 10 minutes of his hour and just plan out the post. Podcast episode 45. And then on Tuesday, he's going to educate. And y'all, my handwriting is what I would call artistic. It's not great. So hopefully you can use your imagination with me. So on Tuesday, he's going to educate, and he's actually going to decide to share a tool. And he's decided this is going to be a carousel post. If I can spell, we're just going to scribble. Carousel post, okay? So he's going to share a tool. It's going to be a carousel post. And it's going to be kind of like tips that tools that dentists can use to really help take their practice to the next level. On Wednesday, this is going to be a community post, and he's going to actually share an article. And maybe the article is going to be like industry news, and maybe it's going to be even something topical, like how dentists are working through protocols because of COVID and how they can, educate their team on that. Something like that, a news article. Sam says, I also have artistic handwriting. Yes, Sam, thank you. I feel seen. All right. And then maybe on Thursday, he's going to do an entertainment post. I said that says entertainment. All right. And maybe he's going to post a meme, and it's going to be something about tooth decay. I don't know, some joke. He's funnier than I am about dentist things. This is that relatable, like, I understand how you work in the office space. And then on Friday, he's going to do an engagement post. And this one is going to be a question. And he's going to use the magic wand question. This is something that we teach in the school. This is a great way to get engagement. So as a virtual assistant to dentists, he's going to say, if you could wave a magic wand and take something off your plate right now, what would it be? Such a great question for service-based business owners. We use this question in our 100 follower challenge. It's just a really great way to get engagement. So on Friday, he's going to use that question. So now that he's taken 5-10 minutes to outline his posts, he's going to go through and write his captions. He's going to use his Canva templates to really speed this process along. He's going to either use a Google Doc or Airtable like we use in the school, and he's going to plot out his posts for next week so that he doesn't have to think about it next week. So that's how Darius would go through all of this. Does this make sense? Do we have any questions about how to plan out your daily content and how to use this outline? One last thing I'll say about this as well is now that he has this written down, he can rinse and repeat next week. So the next time he does this, he's probably also going to promote a podcast on Monday. Maybe it's episode 46. On Tuesday, he's still going to educate something, but this time maybe he's going to talk about the power of, outsourcing. On Wednesday, he's still going to post a community post, but maybe this time he's going to talk about, the rising costs of dental equipment. On Thursday, he's still going to share something entertaining. Maybe it's his office space. And then on Friday, he's still going to ask an engaging question. Maybe this time it's going to be something different. Maybe even something simple. How is your upcoming week looking? Okay. So now that we've had this set, it's practice. The last thing I'll say before I move on this stage is he may not get through writing all of these captions the first week, and you may not either. And that is okay. Remember, we're developing a skill here. I want you to take your hour and do it. What I see happen so often with business owners is they try to be perfect and they burn themselves out with it, which is why we talk a lot about mindset here at the Savvy Social School. We talk a lot about mindset because we try to be perfect. And I promise you, you cannot be perfect. Okay. No one is. And so you just want to take the time to craft your skill and get better. And right now, you're looking at two different decisions. You have two choices here. You can continue to stress out and try to be perfect and try to do all the things, or you can give yourself permission to show up and be seen as an expert. Okay. So give yourself that permission to show up as you are today, right now, and develop your social media skill as you go. All right. If you're ready to take action, I do have an invitation for you. And the reason I want to talk about this is because, especially now, social media, Instagram feels like the wild, wild west. It feels way too easy to be overwhelmed. And I want to help you not only make sense of it all, but also get amazing results from your hard work. I don't want you to feel that stress of, I spent 5 hours on Instagram and I have nothing to show for it at the end of the week. I want to help you actually see amazing results from that hard work. And so I want to invite you to join us in the Savvy Social School. We are the ultimate social media marketing membership for new business owners ready to skyrocket your impact. Here's what a new student said when he joined the school. He just wrapped up the training about building a social media strategy and was really excited about mastering the message, using effective copy, and really sharpening his social media skills. So this is what is included in the Savvy Social School. Our members are super excited. I love this little dancing GIF. We help you build clarity around your social media posts. If you've gotten clarity in this bootcamp, this is just a little sample, the Costco sample of what's included in our program. We help you get the shortcuts. Okay, the graphics, the templates, the captions. We want to give you the opportunity to be supported live in real time, not, watching a video and hoping that you're doing it right. And we have full-length courses for Instagram Savvy. We actually just completely updated it this year. So all of the latest Instagram changes, we're constantly updating them. It's there waiting for you. And you'll get additional support for new features. Instagram Reels looks different now. Actually, all video is Instagram Reels. We talk about that in the program. We have other platforms as well. If you start learning Instagram, it's not your thing. We have LinkedIn, Facebook, Clubhouse, TikTok, Pinterest. We want to support you as much as we can. All right, here's what Jessica said when she joined the program. She loves that she can get her questions answered live, and she was feeling stuck and now has a clear vision forward. And here's what Jamie said, one of our OGs. He said, "You've given me hope for the first time ever." Love that. And here's what Bianca said. Bianca said, "Those done for you posts saved her tons of time." So when you join the school at savvysocialschool.com, you'll get instant access to the Social Media Rockstar framework, which is our approach to social media. You can take that framework and apply it to any platform. You get our live strategy hours and replays. It's okay. We have a replay. We have a replay of this workshop as well, and you definitely can still join. You get full-length courses, so the Instagram savvy, Facebook savvy, all of that. You get our Canva template bundles. We have bundles for every industry. There's like thousands of them in there. Hundreds of done-for-you posts. You literally can just take the caption and post it as is. You get access to our community. You get access to the feed, our private podcast, monthly content ideas. That's over $6,000 of value. And you get that for $57. But wait, this feels like my Oprah moment. But wait, there's more. If you join today, we're actually going to give you a super special offer of $37. You just need the super secret code that I have up on the screen right now. I'm actually going to put it in the chat as well. With that code, you get $20 off your first month. This is the code. Use this code. Okay, savvysocialschool.com, and you can use that code. All right, so in a moment, I'm going to be announcing our prize winners, which I love giving away prizes. So we'll do that in a moment. So stay tuned for that. And then we're also going to have a live Q&A at the end of today's session. But for those of you kind of on the fence about the Savvy Social School, I got to take a moment to talk about what makes us different. What makes the Savvy Social School different from all of the other offers out there? In the Savvy Social School, we keep up with the trends. Specifically with the Feed podcast, I'm talking about the latest trends as it relates to you right now as a business owner. Okay, not as a dancing TikTok content creator. No shade to them, but that's not how we teach it in the school. It's for people who are building a business and who actually want to make money. So all of the trends don't relate to you. So we'll bring you the ones that relate to you. We give you custom feedback and support. And I'll talk to you about how we're going to do that specifically for this challenge as well. I'm super excited about it. We do not lock you in. You're more than welcome to join for 1 month and then never come back again. But most of our members hang out with us about a year. But you're not locked into that. It's totally up to you. We service a variety of industries, whether you're a financial advisor, a social media manager, a life coach, therapist, speaker, career coach, wellness brand, podcaster, pet business, church, yoga business, and more. We love your questions. We love questions, and we love to answer them. And we value real strategies. At the end of the day, you're a leader and your community needs you. And so we don't want to give you a strategy that won't work for you. So if you're ready to join us, we also have super special bonuses for this month only. You make sure you use the code that's on the screen to get access for $37. We are going to be hosting a live strategy hour next week, August 16th. I'm going to be talking about leveling up Reels, Instagram Live, the changes that are happening on Instagram. I'm also going to be doing a special segment on Instagram engagement. We noticed in our recent reports that Instagram engagement was down in July for a lot of our clients. So I'm going to talk about why that is and how we can get more people to see our posts. That's coming up next week. And then we also have a live strategy hour with Julie, who is our resident ad strategist. She's going to be talking about how to set up advertising for Instagram stories, how to do ads in the feed. How is that different from stories? And she's going to give you a walkthrough of Ads Manager so you know exactly where to click and how to do all of the things. And this bonus is my favorite. We're doing Instagram audits for everyone. We only do this once a year because it is a huge time commitment for me and my team. But anyone who joins the school, anyone in the school, even if you didn't complete the Instagram Bootcamp, you are eligible for an Instagram audit. So we'll be announcing that next week. You have to be a member in order to get access to the audits. Once you join, you'll get instructions next week on how to post about your Instagram account to get an audit. But everyone who is in the school right now will get access to these audits. So make sure you join us. I'm super excited to be taking a look at your Instagram account and giving you feedback. And if you found any of the tips helpful in this bootcamp, these audits are going to help you really take things to the next level with your Instagram account. Okay. So join us in the school. It's $37. Use that code on the screen to get the $37. And I'm super excited to hang out with you. All right, guess what time it is? It's time for prizes. Okay, I get super excited about this every single time. To me, it's my Oprah moment. I get to give away prizes. I get to give away prizes. Okay, so this time in the challenge, we have a number of different prizes that everyone is eligible for. The first one is our Savvy Social mug. This is actually a large mug that is pretty substantial size. I use mine all of the time. It's a ceramic mug, very it's like sturdy. I really like it. So you're eligible to win that. We also have our social media rockstar planner, and I actually have an example of this now. This is the physical planner that you'll get. Okay, you'll get this. You're eligible for that. Everyone in the school actually has a digital version, and we love to give away the physical version as well to special people. And then we also have our social media rockstar tee, which is super comfy. If anyone watching has this t-shirt, you'll agree. Like, this is like the most comfortable t-shirt ever. I love it. I love it. So we're going to be giving away 3 swag prizes. And then we'll also have one grand prize winner who will also get, oh, my face is blocking that again. The grand prize winner will also be eligible for 1-year subscription to Sindable, which is our second sponsor for a lot of what we do in our programming. Sindable has a great reporting tool, great management tool. Yeah, it is super soft. So the grand prize winner will be eligible for all of these. Caveat is grand prize winner has to be a member of the school. Okay. So we did double check that. So dun dun dun, drum roll. I can't do that. Drum roll, please. Here are our winners. Congratulations to Windy Battles for being our grand prize winner. Thank you so much for showing up every single day in this challenge and committing to the work. We also have our runner-ups, Mars, Barbara King, and Yolanda. Everyone say congrats to them in the chat. I'm super excited for how y'all showed up for yourself throughout this entire week. Everyone here, you showed up for yourself and you won. So for our winners, our amazing customer support representative, Jemmy, will be reaching out to you and giving you the details for how to grab your prizes. Super excited to everyone who participated in this challenge. Congratulations. Pat yourselves on the back. Give yourselves a high five and a clap. All right. Let's open it up for Q&A. Now, how this will work is we have about 10 minutes. So if you have any questions at all about Instagram, about building your business, now is the best time to get your questions answered. I will be here hanging out with you for another 10 minutes. Those of you who are in the school, we will obviously continue the conversation there. But this is your opportunity, those of you who aren't in the school, to ask a question and get support from myself live in real time. Here's the thing, though. There's no such thing as a bad question. You're probably sitting there right now thinking, I don't want to type this. I feel some sort of way about it. Perfectly normal. I want you to go ahead and type your question anyways. Type it in the chat, and I will go ahead and answer your questions here live. And again, we only have about 10 minutes left for those questions. So I'm super excited to spend that time here with you now. Questions. Questions. Let me move my face back on the screen here and open it up for questions. I know y'all have questions. I know you have questions, unless you're Instagram experts, which I don't even consider myself an Instagram expert. I'm learning new things every single day. I want you to go ahead and type your questions into the chat below. Now, one of the questions that I talked about on Instagram yesterday is a question that I get a lot, which is, should I have one Instagram account or 2? And the reason I get this question a lot is because sometimes we have multiple things going on in our brand. Maybe we have a podcast. Should we have an Instagram for the podcast or just keep our business Instagram account? Sam says it's too damn hot to think of anything. I hear you, Sam. I love the heat, though. So should we have 2 Instagram accounts or 2? Maybe we have 2 businesses. Blushing Magnolias. If you have 2 businesses, you don't need to sign up once or twice. You just sign up once. one monthly membership. If you have two different individuals, you may want to have separate profiles. So you want to sign up twice. I understand that. But one business, one profile, that's fine. Same applies for Instagram. I'm a huge fan of having one Instagram profile. Okay. So whether you have a business that has several things underneath it, my business, for instance, has the Savvy Social School. We have the Thrive Mentorship. We have our agency services. We have the podcast. We have the YouTube channel. All of that lives under the Online Drea brand. And every time I test out using a secondary Instagram account, which I did this past week with the Savvy Social School, I don't like it. It's two places to look at comments. It's two places to do networking. It's twice the amount of content. It's twice the amount of time. And you're spreading yourself too thin. So, unless you have a team managing that, and I do consider getting my team to support, right? Unless you have a team managing it, you do not need multiple Instagram accounts. One Instagram account, focus in on that. All right. So I don't see any questions coming in. That will be all for today's live Q&A. I'm super excited and thankful y'all hung out with me here today. Remember, you can join the school for $20 off your first month by using the code that is on the screen. That code expires August 19th. So make sure you use it now before it's gone. We'll be sending a few emails to remind you to use that code as well. And thanks again to our sponsor. I am live streaming on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, LinkedIn, Twitch. All thanks to Restream. You can try them out for yourself using onlinedrea.com/restream. You'll get a free month, and you'll also, if you need more support with live streaming, get the free live stream guide, onlinedrea.com/livestream. It teaches you my approach to live streaming from start to finish, what to say it, how to show up, and more. Thanks again, everyone. I will see you in the school. Bye for now.